Welcome, dear viewers, to another episode of the Forbidden Lexicanum. Before we begin, a small liturgical house rule. Every time you hear the words fire or flamethrower in this video, raise your chalice, your glass, or at least the holy coffee mug and drink. Yes, you heard right, a drinking game in the name of the Emperor. Just as the Sororitas march to war, you now march into battle against your own liver. A word of warning. This video contains a lot of flamethrowers. So, fire, and flamethrowers, and more flamethrowers. You get the idea. If you can still see straight by the end of this episode, then congratulations, you understand the faith of the Sororitas. If not, well, at least you're enlightened. So cheers, and may the fire be with you. The Adepta Sororitas, or as they are known throughout the Imperium, the nuns with flamethrowers. Officially, they are the military arm of the ecclesiarchy. Unofficially, they are the answer to any question that starts with, how can we make the fire bigger? Say what you will about the Imperium, subtle it is not. Where a space marine draws up a plan, where an inquisitor spends 10 years weaving conspiracies, a sororita walks in, pulls the trigger and says, problem solved. They originated in the 13th millennium, long after the Horus heresy, but still during that glorious era of what's the dumbest possible idea for a government? And the answer was, let's put the church in charge. At that time, Ecclesiarch Gorge Vandire was so insane that even the Primarchs would have said, brother, you need therapy. He stumbled upon a group of young women calling themselves the Daughters of the Emperor, which sounds like a high school choir that only covers Ave Maria, and turned them into his personal bodyguard. These ladies were so fanatical they'd followed any order, even set the planet on fire, which, to be fair, was basically every order anyway. Naturally, it all went downhill. Vandire went mad and drowned the Imperium in terror. They obeyed him blindly until a tech priest named Sebastian Thor showed up and went, "Girls, you do realize your boss is completely insane, right?" So they switched sides, chopped off his head and said, whoops, administrative accident. Then came the decree passive, which forbade the ecclesiarchy from maintaining any armed male forces. No armed men, period. So what do? Exactly, you arm women. Technically, not a violation. And thus were born the Adepta Sororitas, the greatest legal loophole in the galaxy. Imagine the Emperor writing, no tanks in the living room, and 5 minutes later a Reno drives through the kitchen, because, hey, technically that's not the living room. The Sororitas have two headquarters, one on Terra, right next to the Golden Throne, so they're always within reach of the Holy Fridge, and one on Ophelia 7, a cathedral world that smells so much like incense that even the incense pays taxes. They are led by the Abbess, which sounds like a nun with spreadsheets, but in reality, she's the kind of woman who personally turns the flamethrower thermostat to sun. Their orders are so numerous that even the administratum gave up trying to count them. Officially, there are 6 major ones. Order of Our Matron Lady, sisters who announce in their very name that they not only plan to die, but intend to look fabulous doing it. Their tactic is basically dramatic explosion. Order of the Valorous Heart. They wear black, frown a lot, and find pain not just normal but inspirational. If they suffer, they'll do it loudly and with incense. Order of the Eben Calice. Sounds like an overpriced cocktail, but they are the kind of joyless zealots that even servitors would tell to chill out. Order of the Argent Shroud. The grey ones. Fast, pragmatic, and look like they washed their armor with too much bleach. Basically, the casual Friday Sororitas. Order of the Bloody Rose. The goth girls of the ecclesiarchy. Loud, aggressive, and their battle style looks more like a mosh pit than a war zone. Order of the Sacred Rose. The bright singing sisters who march into battle in perfect choir harmony. More optimistic than the Bloody Rose, but if you listen closely, their lyrics are basically everything's burning and we love it. Then there are countless suborders, from the Hospitallers to the Dialogus to Famulus. The Hospitallers are nuns with first aid kits. The Famulus are nuns with family therapy diplomas. And the Dialogus? Nuns with foreign language degrees who allegedly translate Orcish, which makes about as much sense as Whale Song for beginners. But no matter the order, one thing remains the same. They sing hymns, they wield flamethrowers, and they all radiate the same energy of, if I'm not praying, I'm burning you. Their equipment is both familiar and absurd. Bolters, melters, flamethrowers, the holy trinity of the sororitas. And if that's not enough, add another flamethrower. They love fire so much that it feels like Games Workshop had one single idea. Nuns, but with fire. And they just ran with it. Their tanks are called Immolator and Exorcist, which sounds like Pokemon but really means bus full of nuns that set everything on fire and mobile church organ that fire rockets. The Exorcist is especially ridiculous. It looks like a musical instrument, plays Ave Maria in heavy metal and launches 16 missiles at once. Basically the first heavy metal band on tank tracks. The greatest power is faith itself. While Space Marines rely on genetic enhancement and Custodes shine through gold armor, the sororitas just scream Ave Imperator so loud that bullets bounce off. There are reports of entire bolter salvos shattering against a rosary because the sister holding it prayed in all caps. You could say the sororitas are the only army in 40k that gets louder the worse things get. The heroes are legends in their own right. Saint Celestine, the living saint, who keeps coming back from the dead. Basically, the Kenny of Warhammer. Oh, by the Emperor! They killed Celestine! You bastards! Oh, wait a minute, never mind, she's fine again. Then there's Ephrael Stern, chosen by the Emperor himself to, well, no one's quite sure what for. Maria Celestian was important once, then wasn't, but hey, at least she got a novel. And then there are all the nameless sisters who achieve glory simply by standing in a burning building and smiling. Sometimes it all gets absurd. Hospitallers heal the wounded by pouring incense in open cuts. The famulars give marriage advice that always boils down to, if he's a heretic, set him on fire. And the Dialogus, translating Orcish, sounds like this. Varg! He says he wants to destroy everything. And no kidding. Still, never underestimate them. The sororitas may not be genetically enhanced super soldiers, but their discipline, zeal, and ability to sing while setting people on fire make them one of the most terrifying forces in the Imperium. When a Space Marine walks into the room, you look impressed. When a sororita walks in, you check if the fire extinguisher is within reach. Picture a sororita in everyday life. Cooking, flamethrower. Driving, flamethrower. Parent-teacher conference, flamethrower. Library, flamethrower, just quieter. It's a running gag that never gets old, and sometimes you wonder if their miniatures even hold real weapons, or if it's just one gigantic marketing joke. So let's sum up. The Adepta Sororitas are the spirit of faith, the holy torch of the Emperor, and the best proof that pyromaniacs zealotry can be a valid career path. They are the burning smile of the ecclesiarchy, the walking fire safety nightmares of the galaxy, and the reason every insurance company in the segmentum solar went bankrupt. And when a sororitas smiles at you, you have exactly two options. Either you repent, or you burn. They are led by the abbess, which sounds like a nun with spreadsheets. More optimistic than the Bloody Rose, but if you listen closely, their lyrics are basically everything. Their lyrics are, oh my god. Their lyrics are basically everything's burning and we love it. Everything's burning and we love it. The famulars are nuns with family therapy diplomas. The famulars are nuns with family therapy diplomas. Saint Celestine, the living saint, who keeps coming back from the dead, basically the Kenny of Warhammer. Oh, by the Emperor, they killed Celestine. Heißt sie jetzt Celestine? Machen wir nochmal, oder? Saint Celestine, the living saint, who keeps coming back from the dead, basically the Kenny of Warhammer. And sometimes you wonder if their miniatures even hold real weapons, or if it's just one gigantic marketing joke. Gigantic? Or if it's just one gigantic marketing joke. The Adepta Sororitas are the spearhead of faith, the holy torch of the Empire. Officially, they are the military arm of the ecclesiarchy. They are the burning smile of the ecclesiarchy. Boah, dieses Wort. Ecclesiarchy. They are the burning smile of the ecclesiarchy, the walking fire safety nightmares of the galaxy, and the reason every insurance company in the segmentum solar went bankrupt.